both these teams. Cavalier, though, they have rewarded their winner in the starting for a spot in the starting lineup. Colin Anderson replacing Shaniel Thomas, and Courtney Allen is also in the starting lineup for Cavalier as well.
Interesting lineup. Ronaldo Webster doesn't make the starting lineup, and he has a slight injury as well. 3-4-1-2 is how they will line up, and as you can see, Dwayne Atkinson playing behind Colin Anderson and Allen in that attacking midfield position, and look for Irvin and Ming to do a lot of the overlapping, along with the likes of Ling, who likes to get forward. Former Camperdown captain Giovanni Ling, and as I said, quite a dynamic coach. Likes to use players in all different areas, expose players in new areas.
As far as Tivoli Gardens is concerned, as we mentioned before, Nicholas Clark will be in goal, and the starting lineup still very much the same. Also, Horatio Morgan, the only player to score a hat-trick in this league, makes his way in the starting lineup.
They'll be playing with a 4-4-2 formation, and you just wonder in a situation like this how much the experience of Price, Flemings, and of course Jermaine Johnson on the bench will add to this Tivoli Garden setup.
Welcome back to the UEJFF Captain Horace Burrell Centre of Excellence as we prepare for the second leg in this semi-final. Cavalier against Tivoli Gardens. Cavalier with the advantage by a 0-0 in front of the ball. Referee Hamilton just making sure that everything is in place as she awaits the countdown to go to 0. And here we are. Tivoli Gardens getting the action on the way. Satchwell is going to be critical in the holding midfield role, getting that second touch for his club. But Cavalier with the possession. They decided to boot it long. And I'm not surprised that there's going to be a lot of running and a lot of pressing by the Cavalier youngsters. Colin Anderson, chief among them with his speed. Applying the pressure on Nicholas Clark, who is in a lot of trouble here. Has he handled the ball outside the box? That's a question. It's going to be a free kick, though, to Cavalier. What a frenetic start to this one. And I wouldn't call Colin Anderson's speed deceptive. You know that he's quick, and he was quickly charged out there. Nicholas Clark. I mean, you have to see from the other angle to know whether he actually hugged that ball outside the 18-yard box.
Well, there's a slight shove on Clark from Anderson. I think that's what Clark was complaining about. Why wasn't there a whistle on the play there? And, well, had he handled the ball outside the area, I'm surprised that no cards were shown.
Exactly.
So,
but why was the free kick given?
Even if he didn't handle the ball, if he tried to go on top of the ball so a player couldn't get, that's an infringement as well. You're not allowed to hug the ball in that manner, even if you didn't use your hands.
Well, I guess it was possible, but we just didn't see it from our angle. So that must be the explanation.
If there was any hand, well, he's very lucky.
Yeah, very.
That would have been very interesting.
But it is a free kick to Cavalier. Dwayne Atkinson is behind this one, although this is taken wide of the mark, though. The effort from Melvin Duxley there on that occasion.
Cavaliers player to watch, and comfortably wide of the mark. No worries for Clark. There is Tivoli Gardens player to watch in grey. Leading goal scorer as well for Tivoli.
Almost said that he's in orange and not grey, but you're talking about Devoy Gray. Here's Widow Speed, the man in charge of Cavalier.
Ford said he could have been Mandrake the magician with that move to bring on Colin Anderson in the later moments of the first leg, and immediately an impact with the goal.
Is it me or is it a little bit chilly?
A bit. There's no sun out at the moment. A nice breeze still over. The skies have cleared up quite a bit, as we see Philip Williams, head coach of Tivoli Gardens. He's been a bit frustrated with his attacking his forward unit in terms of their inconsistency.
He's known to make quite a few changes in the second half, though, just to add other dimensions, and you wonder if why he doesn't do it at the start, but obviously he has his reasons. He came in and had to change up quite a few things. Given license to roam to the likes of Trayvon Reed and Anthony Nelson.
They're the second highest scorers in the competition with 18 goals so far.
Behind
However,
guess who?
They have come in clumps.
Behind guess who?
Waterhouse.
Of course. We're in the final now.
Cavaliers third with 17. So 2 high scoring teams, but as I said, Tivoli, they've come in clumps. Quite a few 4 and 3 goal results.
Of course, one of them would have come in the quarterfinal round against Veer.
But then some other results where they've really struggled and looked lackluster in front of goal. The quarterfinal round showed that as well. The first leg really was disappointing, and then they came back with 4 goals.
So they're either on fire or underwater.
I'm sure he'll be hoping they're on fire today, considering their null performance in the first leg, which usually is the case.
Here's Cavalier, 3 against 3 at the moment. Ball played out wide. Atkinson aiming for Colin Anderson. There's too much on that one. But they are utilizing their speed, aren't they, Cavalier?
Yeah, Cavalier very solid defensively. They have kept the second most clean sheets so far this season with 5. So not an easy team to break down by any means.
Was really looking for that Devroy Gray. Didn't get it. Here's Trayvon Reed now. Couldn't get by Duxley, but that's because Duxley took a swipe at his shin. So he got the free kick for that. Did Trayvon Reed. Launched the complaints immediately, did Trayvon Reed. Dasha Satchwell. Garrison delivers not a back cross at all. You know, Trayvon Reed was right behind Horatio Morgan on that occasion, you know.
Lack of communication, I think that's what's being said. Trayvon Reed didn't communicate early enough, and Horatio Morgan was already in the air. I think that's what he's saying to him. Say something. Horatio Morgan with a hat-trick already this season. Trayvon Reed scored in the quarter-final round. And Morgan as well. In fact, Morgan came off the bench in the quarter-final round, had a really amazing impact.
Well, the ball is played through to Deborah Gray, who's inside the box. That's 2 to aim for at the back post. And couldn't quite get a touch on it. In fact, it was deflected behind for a corner kick. Garrison was trying to get there, launching into that one. And I think it was Irving who got a touch there.
Hole found in the defense. Good ball put across by Gray. Excellent delivery. Good defending though. Good awareness at the back post, which is usually where you're vulnerable. And the defense transitioned well. Maybe that's why they have 5 clean sheets so far this season.
Yeah, maybe. Here's a corner kick for Tivoli Gardens. 6 players inside the box. That wasn't the best delivery, but Tivoli Gardens should be able to retrieve this one through Satchwell. He's going to launch this one wide. Head goes up. It's a chance. Oh, he should have done better with that one. Anthony Nelson.
That was poor from Nelson. Really good chance for Nelson. And hasn't scored so far this season. And that should have been a goal. That certainly should have at least have been on target. So much space, Nelson. He had so much space he could actually have taken a touch. I don't think he needed one, but it was a horrible attempt in the end. Maybe a lack of confidence in front of goal, Nelson, but that was high and wide.
Would have been a part of the St. Andrew Technical High School.
So you wonder if he was feeling sorry for Jadine White?
No, I doubt it. He's playing for his old high school coach. So there you go.
He needs to do better though, Nelson. We'll look out for the second opportunity, but that was a glorious one.
So free kick to Tivoli Gardens. Jadine White just looking on. Again, they've sent bodies forward inside the box, looking for that equalizer on aggregate, still bouncing inside the area. They'll get another corner kick. Tivoli Gardens. They're really dominating possession early in the piece here, Tivoli. That's not a bad looking delivery, you know. Miss kick. And everything there inside the box. It was Barrington Price who found himself high up in the piece. Satchwell. They really do have to be careful, you know. There's Kemar Flemings. Gets a free kick for his team, Tivoli Gardens, after almost being in trouble.
Very experienced player, Kemar Flemings, has been around in the Premier League for quite a while. He's one of those that TG will be depending on.
Morgan plays it up to Devroy Gray. Gray was looking for some support. It's put into touch. Cavalier, they do like to defend in numbers as well.
We saw in the first leg the importance of experience with Nikolai Finlayson, who the captain who carried his team through in the end, Waterhouse, and the man of the match as well. Very important when you get in these tight situations, these crunch moments. Let's see if he can play dividends for the orange and black today.
Not the best pass of that occasion from Shavar Campbell. Now it will go the other way, or that was the aim, but Barrington Price was right in the middle of that one. Need a better supply, but Devroy Gray will get it. Not the best touch though, as he forced to go wide. And no problems there for Cavalier, but again, just a terrible clearance. Campbell inside, and Morgan is there again.
Atkinson a little too
and Anthony
easy,
Nelson rather. Yeah, but no problems with Jadine White here.
And he's just trying to calm down the team, slow down the pace of the game. Dwayne Atkinson a little bit too lackluster with the pass and gave it away.
They've been very much on the back foot so far, Cavalier. So much so in transition. Just now, you're about 7 players behind the ball. Was there a handball there from Corny Allen? Indeed, there was. Satchel using his power well to get away from Richard King on that occasion. Satchel, he really does have to utilize his strength because he won't be able to compete speed-wise, Satchel. So he really has to take care of that ball whenever he gets it. He's done a good job so far, actually. Here's Shavar Campbell. Trayvon Reed. Anthony Nelson. Back to Dasha Satchwell. Goes long. Anderson was fouled by Price and yellow card. No, nothing at all. It was cynical. It was a cynical challenge, and the yellow card does come out now.
No surprise there. Deserving for the captain. I think there's a real fear of the pace of Anderson.
Well, that's one way to take him out.
Understandably so, considering what he did to them in the first leg, and it was clear that Price was beaten and there was no recovery. And picks up the yellow card, and yeah, he knows that that would be a big deal. Still over 70 minutes left in this tie, and that won't be the last run Anderson will make.
Just got the wind knocked out of him there. Should be fine. Colin Anderson.
Very explosive. Calabar High School, former real 100-meter talent.
Ball sent to the edge of the box, headed behind for a corner kick to Cavalier. Marcus Clark put right into the action in goal for Tivoli Gardens. Here's the corner kick. Not a bad looking delivery at all. Not sure how much of a header he got on it. Jamoy Topi. Now here's Tivoli Gardens. Doxley trying to win it back, lost it to Anderson, or Anthony Nelson rather. Ball switched across. Devroy Gray has it. Gray. Decides to spread it over to Flemings. Morgan couldn't win that header. Cavalier now with it. Ball over the top, looking for Colin Anderson. Your first touch has to be really good, you know, because he's always right there, Anderson. Here's Garrison. Now Reed. Oh, nice ball forward to Morgan, to Garrison. Gets the return, sliding in there, that should be a free kick. Try to continue with the play. And Jamoy Topi went to the turf. And just a follow through there. And J.D. Dwight needs some attention from off the bench. Wonder what's wrong with him.
Here we go again. Issues with the turf. This time it can't be the heat. So I just think it's the surface, which we've spoken about as well. You see him flexing the ankle. And any player coming onto this turf with a niggle or two, especially to do with the ankle, it's going to cause further trouble, and he's one of those. Has been somewhat of a struggle, that right ankle. Shocking orange boots to go with it. J.D. in white, former captain of St. Andrew Technical. It's kept at the national level as well.
We mentioned in the first game that Chevron Stewart would have been one of the top young players that would have seen at schoolboy football level. Jaden White would be one of the top goal scorers that we've seen in the last decade or so at the schoolboy football level as well. Goalkeepers, yeah.
Definitely. I think right there in the top 3, certainly in goalkeepers that we've seen in the last decade. Jaden White, very talented. Very good instinct as a keeper. And I always say that's something you can't coach. You either have it as a goalkeeper or don't.
Campbell was looking for a pass there, decided to dig this one high, and White comes out to punch it straight to Courtney Allen. An attack could be on here for Cavalier. Not quite a lot of numbers forward. Tivoli Gardens handled that one pretty easily, actually. They haven't committed a lot of players forward, you know, Tivoli Gardens. That's the thing. They do defend in numbers well. I don't think they want to be caught out again as they were late in that first leg.
There have been some games where when they come forward, it's not that they are unwilling to commit players forward, but they are slow when they commit. And that's the problem. Their movement forward is pedestrian. And so you end up having to wait on players to get in and around the 18-yard box.
Has a wonderful distribution of the ball too.
That's a lovely take.
By Courtney Allen, who's fouled.
Really good take by Courtney Allen. It's really nice to see in the Premier League. Something that, as a nation, we struggled a lot of times in terms of ball control and so on. It's been very improved in the last.
To be honest.
Yeah. Surface has a lot to do with it as well, but it's great to see good technique in that way.
Atkinson collects inside the box, trying to feed a teammate, was unsuccessful in doing so, and Tivoli Gardens should come away with it now. Trayvon Reed has it, trying to get by his marker, Richard King, just pleading his innocence. Referee says play on. That should have been a better pass from Anderson though.
Both King and Topi, very tall individuals, big figures in that central area for Cavalier.
Here's Gray. Trayvon Reed now. Was begging for that. He really was Trayvon Reed. Duxley just moving away from the ball.
He forgot that he needed it to play.
Yes.
That's a poor ball from Ling.
Reed. Ball played inside to Anthony Nelson. And there's a free kick to be had on the edge, or just outside the area, just outside the D. This is a dangerous spot, Chris Taylor.
Giovanni Ling, the culprit. Read the play pretty well, as you could see here. Then stepped to close the play, but just missed the ball. Here, a slight shift in the ball. Committing a foul on Nelson. Good opportunity for Tivoli Gardens here. Stephen Barnett around today, who was pretty good outside of the area, especially in the quarterfinal round.
Was a busybody. He really was, Stephen Barnett.
Trayvon Reed, not bad from the dead ball. Let's see what he can do.
Satchwell is also there as well, Dasha Satchwell. Looking for his first goal this season. Let's see who'll take this one.
26 yards out, good distance. More central position, so either foot.
It is Trayvon Reed.
Not his best effort, Trayvon Reed, former Kingston College wingman. Scored in the quarterfinal round as well for Tivoli Gardens, wasn't to be there. was going for the top left corner. Well off.
Well off the top, well off the left. Gray. Marissa Morgan being hassled all the time. Free kick to Tivoli Gardens. Reed. Satchwell. Reed picks it up, looking for options. Trying to spread it out wide. Colin Anderson got a foot there. Garrison. Satchwell. Satchwell again. Going long. Leng will try again to head it away. This may be difficult. Decides to head it back to the keeper. Good choice. Had to be a firm header too. Reed again. Satchwell. Oh, nicely done. Commits the foul though. The initial move was good, then he got into some problems.
And another free kick in and around the 18-yard area. Dangerous positions to be giving away free kicks. Can Tivoli Gardens make this one count? It won't be as suitable. There is that nice skill from Allen. Yes, certainly bulldozed his way through the back of Nelson. This wouldn't be as suitable for Trayvon Reed. The angle not as nice for a right footer. But it seems like it will be one of the two right footers over it. This one a little further out, 29 yards.
Trayvon Reed goes a little closer.
This was a better attempt by Trayvon Reed. Had this been on target, I think Jadine White was in a lot of trouble. Almost froze him. Let's see, towards the near post, and had that been lower, it would have been trouble. Better attempt by Reed.
King is back there. It's going to be a free kick. Was there an issue with the follow through there? Let's see what took place here. Oh, it's a follow through from Doxley, who says it was an accident. Well, it looked accidental, but so far removed, we'll probably have to call it an off-the-ball incident, right?
I'm a little bit befuddled at the fact that that's a foul. Cleared the ball fairly. Obviously, by clearing the ball, the momentum would have taken him off the ground. The Tivoli player had his foot under him and he fell on it. I mean, can't see how that's a foul. I reckon if Tivoli make this count.
Reed again behind it. 5 bodies to aim for Tivoli Gardens.
Well, 3 in a row for Trayvon Reed. 3 have been not the most impressive either. And this way too deep. Wanted to get it in that 6-yard area, but way too deep. Too much pace on that as well.
His captain wasn't impressed at all, Barrington Price. After all, he was coming up from the other end of the field.
I won't be surprised if on the 4th free kick gained, another player might take the attempt instead.
Here's Tivoli now. He's offside. I'm sure he is. Took a while to make that pass, I felt. He's offside.
Yeah.
Play being punctuated by the referee's whistle. And another foul there. This time the free kick in favor of Cavalier. Ball punted long, looking for Gray. Topi's back there. Doxley picks it up. Pennycook is in the way. Tivoli Guards with the majority of the possession so far in this one. It's going to be a free kick to Cavalier. Play stopped again. Garrison was looking for a free kick. It went against him. Satchwell had a hand in there. Kick taken quickly. Challenge coming in, a really good one. Well, it's found its way out wide, and he should have done better with that one, Irving.
Game has gotten a little bit scrappy in the last 5 to 10 minutes. A lot of misplaced passes. Both teams fighting for the ascendancy.
Reed has some space to work with now. Trevor Gray not with the best first touch, and then launches into a challenge there, but nothing doing.
Lucky to get away with that challenge.
Here's an opportunity. Oh, that's a good sliding tackle coming in from King. Flemings. That was going nowhere fast. All the way back to Pennycook. Barrington Price steps forward, the captain. Launched to the edge of the box. Headed away by Topi. Price still up. Trayvon Reed collects. That's a lovely ball in the channel. It's with Horatio Morgan. Oh, wonderful stuff from Morgan, but straight to Jaden White, who loses it, and then it's banged outside of the area. Tivoli Gardens will come again. They are knocking at Cavalier's door. Reed. Atkinson. Going long. Anderson has some space there, but Clark is out and does well enough.
Does very well, Clark. Good composure from the Tivoli Gardens keeper.
Good read there by Kyle Ming, putting it into touch.
Yeah. Still a little surprised that Tivoli Gardens are looking to... there's a nice ball played through. Should have taken it on the half turn, but still did well, Horatio Morgan. White didn't take it cleanly. Just think that he could have taken it more in the half turn and exposed Topi a little more, but still did well. Good skill by Morgan to lose Topi. And Jaden White getting the job done in the end.
Flemings trying to put pressure on Allen. Oh, he gets it back. Kemar Flemings needs a good delivery, and that wasn't the best. Goal kick.
Still surprised that Tivoli have opted to use the aerial route. I think they'll have more joy on the ground with those tall players in the back line of Topi, King, and Ling. I'm very surprised that they have chosen to go aerially. I don't think they'll win many of those battles. On the ground would be a much better tactic. The likes of Trayvon Reed and Nelson, who like the ball on their feet. Horatio Morgan as well. Here he is on the ball. Likes when you play it into his feet. Very skillful. And Devroy Gray, their leading goal scorer. But again, you see the aerial route it's not going to work for Tivoli Gardens. It's not their strength. And I think actually that they're playing into the hands of the Cavalier defense. There's Devroy Gray, leading goal scorer for Tivoli. 4 goals so far this season.
You're right about that in terms of the height deficiency of Tivoli Gardens. Satchwell goes long.
It's not that they're short, but they're not 6'5".
Gray trying to get it inside the area.
Oh, unfortunate.
He was screaming for it and then lost his footing. Horatio Morgan. Satchwell from distance.
Can't keep them, Satchwell.
Price sends it immediately forward to Trayvon Reed, trying to thread a pass through. Shadil Thomas is going to come on. I wonder who will come on for.
That's an early change.
Probably the man who replaced him in the starting lineup.
Colin Anderson. I don't think it would be Colin Anderson. Truth is, Colin Anderson is a big threat for this Tivoli team.
You can see the fear when he's on the ball or when the ball is played over the top. It's going to be Courtney Allen who's coming off, by the way.
Wow. I'm a little bit surprised that change has been made so early. I wonder if Courtney Allen has taken a knock.
I don't think he has a knock. But Allen looks a little bit surprised to see his number go up. And Thomas, I suppose, will go centrally. And Anderson will go out wide.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that Allen has had the most impressive game, but I don't think he was bad either. Actually was giving some width to the Cavalier unit. They've just been doing a lot of defending just because of Tivoli's press, and that's no surprise. Tivoli need to get back into this encounter.
Ball play to Anderson. Chanel Thomas is right up there with him. Thomas trying to thread it back through to Colin Anderson, who probably was in an outside position actually. Not sure if he timed that run to perfection.
He was really anxious to get that back.
Yeah, he was. Anderson still playing centrally actually.
Colin Anderson will be most useful on the fast break. So when they do break up one of the Tivoli attacks, there is
Courtney Allen,
who just came off, obviously disappointed. You wonder what it does to the confidence of a player when he's removed after just 36 minutes, especially if it's not an injury. They say he's a mandrake, so maybe his instinct said it's time for the change. Let's see if it strikes gold.
Well, they're taking their time about this corner kick, Cavalier.
No Topi or King up for this corner. Is that a surprise? Yeah. Chanel Thomas does have height though.
4 players to aim for inside the area. This one at the near post looking for Lang. It's headed away by Satchel, I think he was there. Ming delivers inside. Oh, what a save that is from Clark.
That's a remarkable save by Nicholas Clark.
It was Anderson who was at the near post trying to guide that goalwards, and that was just pure reflex from Nicholas Clark.
Instinct as well. He read the play. He knew that that was coming to the near post. Look at that reaction. Excellent from Clark. That is why he's arguably in the top 2 of schoolboy goalkeepers we have seen in the last decade. Both himself and J.D. White.
Here's the delivery inside, and oh, it's a big chance, but the flag has gone up. Or was it a handball there as well?
That was Giovanni Ling. Here he is, former Camperdown captain. Good ball put into the box by Irving. Oh,
well, there was no argument from him. None. Well, he was probably hoping that it wasn't seen.
Well, they must have had a microscope. It seemed almost like it came off the hip. He didn't argue, but he kind of turned to Odette Hamilton and said, that came off of my stomach area.
No, if I had scored a goal and it was nowhere near my hand and someone said handball, I would have had a more harsh reaction than
it was did. Very close to the fingers though. So
nice turn from Doxley, spreading it out wide. Irving playing it to Chanel Thomas, who can beat a man, but it's some man in Barrington Price, and then he loses possession. Here's Tivoli, Gray to Reed, to Garrison. Davian Garrison spreads it out wide. Morgan picks it up. Nelson won't be able to get there. Lang was the one who moved the quicker across to put it into touch.
Yeah, there's Giovanni Lang. He's who put the ball in the back of the net a few moments ago. Only to be whistled off for handball.
Here's a chance now for Tivoli Gardens. Ball setting this.
No.
Yeah, too much on it, but still with the possession of Tivoli Gardens. Campbell. Satchwell. Dinks this inside the area for Garrison. It was always going over. It was backpedaling to try and get behind it, but it was going to be difficult.
Still revert back to the area. Route doesn't work yet again. It's a bad idea. Too much on it. Not the tallest player as well. Garrison. In the build-up to that play, there was some nice one-touches along the ground towards the right side of the box, and they certainly were pulling out the Cavalier team. I thought they were going to have more success with that, but again, went for the cross-field aerial ball, and that's where the play broke down. I'm sure that's going to be a discussion at the half. This is where they look a lot better.
Yeah, they do. Fleming's coming forward with now to Anthony Nelson, deflected behind by King. It's a corner kick to Tivoli Gardens. And this one was driven in, and King, the former Clarendon College player, was in the way of that one. There's the delivery. That's yeah, you get it. It's behind for a goal kick.
It's another poor delivery by Trayvon Reed, and his team is very frustrated at that. I'm surprised he's still taking them. Things obviously not going his way so far this afternoon in terms of the dead ball kicks. And maybe it's time for somebody else to take it on.
Satchwell.
There we go again.
Reed. Topi is in the way. Probably that's the man they need on the set pieces, but that's for later, you would think.
Jermaine Teddy Johnson.
Reed in the middle of the park. Sends it out to Fleming. Morgan picks it up, back to Flemings. Fleming is inside looking for Anthony Nelson. Nelson does well, looking to turn. And will get the corner kick for his team, Anthony Nelson.
Well defended by King. Very well defended. Didn't give him any space. Good skill by Nelson. And again, you see the foot skills of these Tivoli Gardens attacking players. But King stayed close. Didn't give him any room. Made sure that that right-footed shot couldn't come off. Cavalier, they've been astute in defense so far this season. 5 clean sheets, the second most in the league. Trayvon Reed yet again.
Reed delivers at the near post, and he's declared by Cavalier. Satchwell, bring it back to Flemings.
The deliveries have been consistently disappointing so far by Trayvon Reed, and that needs some improvement by the Tivoli number 11.
Deborah Gray. Nelson trying to turn and get some more space. Campbell picks it up for Tivoli. Sent high inside the box. Chance here for Tivoli. Swing and a miss. And Cavalier should come away with it. And they should. Irving was trying to set free Colin. Or Shanil Thomas. Now it's with Colin Anderson. Forced to go wide though. Chance here. And couldn't do a lot with it. Nicochet Murray. Gray now. Satchwell. Garrison. Garrison with space. Hits it. Not sure if it had a lot of power, but it was charged down. It's all to be the guns at the moment. Attack against defense. Cavalier holding firm for now. Tivoli striding. Ball put in. No problems there for Jadine White.
Wants more from Atkinson and company in terms of giving options when you see his ball. And Jadine White, I think, has the right idea. In other words,
a ball is played through. The keeper is off his line, though. The flag has gone up as well. Offside against Colin Anderson, who has no business being offside with this space.
But I think what Jadine White is trying to say is, and I guess we can get back to that after this.
Yep, that's the end of the first half. It's intriguing, even if there's not a whole lot of quality in there. Yet to see a goal in this one. Shanil Thomas coming on late in that first half, replacing a disappointed Courtney Allen. But it's been a little frenetic so far. But we don't have the goals to show for it. Intriguingly poised. Cavalier, though, still lead on aggregate 1-0, but for the second leg, it's goalless. Hello and welcome back to the Mona Centre of Excellence as the second half is set to get underway shortly between Tivoli Gardens and the Cavalier. Still 0-0 in the second leg, but of course Cavalier leading by a goal to 0. And we're underway for the second half here. Cavalier, of course, in the white and black. They lead on aggregate. Tivoli Gardens still chasing this one. They had quite a few opportunities in the first half. And well, let's see what the second half has in store for them. Cavalier, of course, will be minded to manage this game and manage the time as best as possible. They have the free kick that they're taking their time about. It's Dwayne Atkinson who is behind it.
Hasn't been involved much.
All delivered. And there's a whistle on the play. Probably there was an infringement on Nicholas Clark.
It's quite a bit heavier than once before, Nicholas Clark, but certainly hasn't lost his agility and his anticipation of things. Is still moving pretty well.
Nelson gets away from one, feeds Devroy Gray. That's King for company, and King does well. And he's running into space. And Atkinson plays it forward. Thomas is offside. He's onside rather. The challenge coming in from Pinnacle though proved to be absolutely crucial on that occasion. It's a corner kick to Cavalier.
Just in the nick of time. Just wonder if it went through Chanel Thomas's mind that as soon as that ball was played to initiate a pass immediately, just so that Anderson would get an opportunity to run on, but he didn't get that chance. Chanel Thomas, excellent tackle coming in.
They are taking their time about proceedings, Cavalier. Really can't blame them, can you?
Once you're using Anderson, you want him to be in that isolated position where he gets a one-on-one opportunity, so as to use the pace. There he is wearing the number 22. Ling is also in there.
Corner kick at the back post. Oh, Anderson. I don't know if he saw it late or it dipped late for him, but he didn't make a proper connection on it.
Yeah, I think he misjudged the flight of the delivery a bit. It almost sounds like cricket.
Anderson turns, has Thomas for company. Thomas sends it up wide to Atkinson, pulls it across, and the Clark has to hold on.
Better touch needed by Atkinson. I would be surprised if Atkinson is substituted in short order. If Ronaldo Webster is on the bench, even though he has a slight niggle, is that an indicator that he's okay to play?
He was on the bench last time out. He didn't see the pitch at all.
Well, that was the last time. I'm just wondering if he's fit enough to play. If so, I wouldn't be surprised if he's brought on.
Reed trying to thread a pass through. Garrison thinks this one inside the area. A couple of centre backs going to hit that one. I think King was the one who came out on top there. Tivoli Gardens still pressing. Satchwell sends it out wide. Ball played inside the area. Gadil Irving is back there. Tivoli Gardens still pressing. It's Flemings sending this one deep over the head of the centre backs. Morgan picks it up again. He dinks it in the air. And Cavalier, they do have numbers at the back, but there's no out ball. Ball sent long inside the area. Still a chance. He tries to go for the spectacular, and there's a high boot in there somewhere.
No, he was at least 5 inches below King. I mean, the fact is, playing those chip deliveries into the box, there's only going to be one winner. It's going to be someone in a white shirt. Here it is again. That's Leng who wins the first one, and then King is leaps and bounds above everybody else. It was Devroy Gray was trying the fantastic. But again, I think wrong strategy by the team in orange. And so far, very unsuccessful.
Satchwell. Campbell putting that one into touch. Well, he's on the bench, Ronaldo Webster. Players bundled up over on that far side. Chanel Thomas trying to get there, nods it back. It's with Atkinson, couldn't quite control. Cavalier still with it. Well, the whistle has gone.
Dwayne Atkinson is not having the best game at all. Very under par so far in these 51 minutes. Dwayne Atkinson, formerly of Kingston College. His touch has been off. Usually an excellent pass of the ball, moves well, kicks well outside of the 18 as well, but this has just not been his game so far. Very surprised if he continues for much longer.
Well, the right call was made in the end. It is a throw into Cavalier.
Could see the likes of Kamoy Simpson as well, who was given a start in the first leg. Versatile player.
Ball played through, almost through to Trayvon Reed, and King saying that he should get a free kick because he was stamped on.
It's not the first time that Garrison has done that either. And I think that's what the Cavalier players are pointing out, that it's been the second or third time Garrison has done something like that. That Hamilton keeps the cards within.
Punted long looking for Anderson. Picked up by Dwayne Atkinson. Ming sends it long inside the area. Irving is there, applying enough pressure to win the corner.
Second highest scorers this season, Tivoli Gardens with 18. Not a regular thing for them to draw blank. Have scored in clumps though. Can they find something this afternoon?
Atkinson is the one going across to take the corner kick. Corner number 5 for Cavalier. Here it comes. Still a chance. It's cleared out by Satchwell. Irving wins it. Takes a shot right into the torso of Pennycook. He's going to need a minute to catch his breath.
I agree. Really good delivery by Dwayne Atkinson though. In a business area, it was Chanel Thomas who got the initial header. And it seemed like it was a good one as well. Here is Pennycook who took the blow. Here is a head from Chanel Thomas. I'm not sure who it ricocheted off. Was it off Topi? It might have been Topi, you know. Here the head comes in. Well,
probably was going right wide.
Probably was on target as well. That was going into the back of the net.
Satchwell collects.
Have to
First touch wasn't the best. Atkinson robs him. Thomas gets it. Finding Anderson back to Atkinson, who spreads it wide to Irving. Irving, wonderful cut back inside, but the shot wasn't as wonderful. He dragged it wide.
Go back, no Ming. Ming have two. Ming man behind me. Just land behind you. Leng, look, hey.
Free kick to Tivoli Gardens. Can they get back into this tie? Ball played inside the box. It's a chance that goes skywards. This Devroy Gray was looking for his 5th goal on that occasion, but just could not keep it down. Had the space to work with. To be fair, he was closed down by a couple of defenders. Trying to evade them, he also evaded the goal with the effort. Doxley. Too much on it for Irving. Reed. Oh, nice touch inside. Almost got through there. Satchwell. It's fouled.
A little bit surprised that Nelson and Gray haven't so much switched positions. There's Gray very left-sided.
Satchwell delivers.
Sometimes,
by Atkinson.
sometimes I think working from the left-hand side has actually worked against him, because there is a benefit from operating from the right-hand side and cutting in.
Barrington Price is still up there.
Yeah. Just like to see both Gray and Nelson change sides. Let's try something different. Collect the ball on the right-hand side, cut in with your left foot. Devroy Gray. There he is in the yellow boots. Just something different. I found a lot of the times he's got the ball on the left-hand side, very unwilling to use his right foot. And so what that means is, once they mark him on that area, then he becomes one-dimensional, because he's not willing to take on a player with skill. He can't cut in and shoot with the right foot because he's not willing to use it. So he's very limited because of that. Tivoli desperately need to get back in this. Try different things.
Reed. Morgan.
Well, he has.
Gray now on the right-hand side, but the ball won't reach him for a bit. Fleming's on it now. Anderson. Oh, nice from Atkinson. Anderson goes down. He's going to need some attention, but play continues. Tivoli Gardens now. Ball dinked inside the area. Oh, here's a chance. Still an opportunity that's missed by Devroy Gray.
That's better from Gray. This ball was actually aerial, but did find Devroy Gray. He was able to control it and then get off a shot because he was able to cut in onto that left foot. So it opened up the play even more. Here you see Nelson in the 20 has now come to the left-hand side. Gray is able to collect their turn and shoot. Yes, the shot was off target, but he's a much more dangerous customer because he's now able to. You are able to open up the left-hand side. I think that's a good move. Whether it's coming from the coach Philip Williams or the players on field, or something else. Well, the speedy Anderson is in some bother.
Amoy Simpson getting ready to come on, you know.
We did anticipate that there would be a couple changes. Thought Dwayne Atkinson might be the one to come off as well. Simpson, no surprise that he's coming on. I guess Webster isn't fully fit, so we might not see him either. And here is Simpson.
Yep, replacing the just departed Anderson.
Anderson in place by number 24.
Go over them, go. Go over them, man.
Substitution officially in the 6th minute.
Back forward.
Tivoli still pressing. Clearance made by Richard King. Both he and Topi have been standouts at the back.
Different kind of tactic now that Simpson would have come on for Anderson. I don't think Cavalier utilized Anderson in the best way throughout these 60 minutes. Didn't put the fast break in play enough, didn't get him in isolated positions. There he is. Did try his best, but I don't think his talents were best used. Luckily for Tivoli Gardens, certainly the first 10 minutes or so, they were very concerned of his pace.
Now they have a different proposition to deal with. Thomas is up front with Simpson, who's just got his first touch. Sent out wide. Ming to deliver. He got a hand on the clock, but Irving is there, and again Clark provides the stop.
Brave goalkeeping by Nicholas Clark. He actually thought he was out of position for the second attempt, but did very well. Threw his body in front of the effort from Irving. And had it not been that touch, it could very well have been the first goal of the game. Excellent touch there, just to take it out of harm's way, and didn't stop, just continued. Yes, he had teammates back on the goal line, but you never know. Look at that touch, great. And then the instinct to continue, make himself big here, anticipate and get a vital foot. Very good goalkeeping.
Corner kick to Cavalier. Here's the delivery. Lofted high inside the box. Ming is back there. There's a whistle on the play. And it's going to be a free kick to Tivoli Gardens in their own penalty area. Flemings was in the middle of that. There's another whistle on the play. Ball was moving, so it had to be retaken. Oh, lovely. Almost in his stride there, but Irving was in the perfect position to intercept there.
In the regular season, this encounter ended 1-1 between the two teams, so it's always been a tight battle.
This one drilled across. Not sure why he didn't drill that one across as well. Again, it was a lofted service inside the area, and the Cavalier defenders were easy there. And it's collected by J.D. White.
Keep glued to your screens, because that 1-1 encounter I spoke about, both goals were in the second half. One scored by Chanel Thomas from the penalty spot in the 63rd, which we are in and around that time now. And the equalizer, Devroy Gray, in the 90th.
They most times score, don't they, Tivoli Gardens? Satchwell on the ball. Satchwell sends it long. And Irving watching that all the way. Also had an eye on Garrison, who was lurking. Goal kick though to Cavalier. And they'll take their time about it too.
The last game in the previous season ended 1-1 as well. So it's been very close. Both were second half goals as well. Dwayne Atkinson scored first in the 64th minute, and then Trayvon Reed with the equalizer in the 75th. All players still available.
Just managed to be cleared by King into touch.
So this point in the game is where it really gets interesting between these two teams. They've met some 25 times before, Each team has won 9 times. So this is a very close matchup.
And it has to be a tiebreaker, you think? Well, no, it doesn't have to be. It can still end 0-all, but it would be in favor of Cavalier.
Here's Stephen Barnett. Scored that.
Wanted to get inside, cleared away easily by Chamoy Topi. He's a colossal figure in there.
That important goal in the quarterfinal. Initial goal in the first half.
Barnett is going to replace Anthony Nelson, and he just adds something, I believe. Stephen Barnett.
Not shy to shoot at all.
No, he's not.
Barnett. I like him. I like his energy on the park. Very positive player. Very feisty individual. Certainly good energy on the park.
Immediately goes inside the area. There's the delivery at the back post. Well, that's probably the best delivery all afternoon from Trayvon Reed.
Well, he had to get one right.
Press the ball, press the ball. Press the ball.
I said, this is a period in this matchup. This is the period.
It is. Diving save there from Topi. Well, that's a challenge and a half, and Thomas was weary of the high boot as Pennycook was in the way and does well to get by a couple of Cavalier players. One of the standout defenders in my book in the league this year, Odin Pennycook. Ball squeezed out wide. Satchwell, first time header by guess who? That was his first touch, you know, Stephen Barnett.
I'm very disappointed that he didn't hit the target. You can see that from Barnett. What you will get from him is energy, and he will run. Here we go again. Jadine White is down. Not sure if it's the ankle giving him trouble again.
Well, I can tell you what, if his team wasn't leading on aggregate, or if his team was trailing on aggregate, he would suffer through it, whatever is bothering him, I suppose. His team is leading on aggregate, and it's all a matter of managing the time.
Those things don't make much of a difference. The watch would have been stopped by the officials, and
I promise you, the full time is never put back on. I promise you.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
I'm saying, trust me, I've checked. The full time is never put back on.
Jadine White, another one who's like Nicholas Clark, has put on a few pounds, and that would add more stress to the ankles. Something these keepers need to manage.
I love how you're explaining the injury that he has.
Yes.
Cavalier on the ball. Kamoy Simpson sending it wide to Irving. The burst of speed, and well, it goes over the top and stays on top. On top of the goal, that is. Morgan, Campbell, Doxley, Ming, Simpson. The run is on. Atkinson, Thomas. Oh, nice turn. And another good touch inside the box, trying to get there. The keeper got a vital touch as well.
Another big save by Nicholas Clark between the sticks. Great strength by Chanel Thomas. I think sometimes that's overlooked. The strength of Chanel Thomas and the acceleration. Look at that strength. Excellent. He actually won the toe on the ball. That's a good save by Clark. Here it is. Lovely turn. Great strength. Good burst of speed. Holds off the defenders. And that was an attempt on goal. That's a wonderful save by Clark with the left hand.
We've always liked Chanel Thomas, especially at the schoolboy football level, because he always showed his strength, and he's had a good game since he's come on the park late in the first half.
Want to see him scoring more goals though, Chanel Thomas.
Now the throw into Doxley and the Cavalier.
Trayvon Reed, there he is. Nephew of former reggae boy Roderick Reed. Remember his exciting plays on the wing for Jamaica. Roderick Reed.
Clark boots it long, but anything aerial has been easily handled by Cavalier. Was Simpson sends it out wide to Gadiel Irving. Irving delivers. Thomas again got a touch there, you know. Couldn't quite keep it down, Chanel Thomas on that occasion. But again, some quick movement from Cavalier, playing it immediately out wide to Gadiel Irving. And Thomas was in the middle waiting. He makes such wonderful runs as well, Chanel Thomas.
Good delivery into the box. Well defended though. Crowded him out, Chanel Thomas. But again, brave in putting himself there.
Just drop that. Drop beside that thing. Drop like a more touch. Cross him across.
Good work by Atkinson. Decides not to go anywhere near Satchwell on that occasion. Thomas was fouled. So Ryan Campbell didn't agree with it. But who really agrees with the referee these days? Especially if the call is against you. Simpson picks it up, running into some space. Plays it out wide, delivered across, too far in front of Thomas. That cross from Ming. When will the changes come? More changes for Tivoli Gardens?
Are we going to see Jermaine Teddy Johnson? I think so.
Flemings.
Must at this point.
Oh, here's a chance. It's a big opportunity. Oh, what an interception there from Leng. Oh my goodness, he had to be precise in reading that one and then
a good understanding in the back line of this Cavalier team. Young figures, but good cohesion.
Ball delivered long and in the air. Headed away. Opportunity now for Morgan. Again, another vital touch. It was from Irving on that occasion. Not sure why he had to do that. He has lost it. Here's a chance now. And Leng is back there. Again.
Surprised that Garrison didn't opt for a shot on that occasion instead of a pass back inside to that busy area. There is Jermaine Teddy Johnson, no surprise.
Looking on at the action as Tivoli continues to stride forward. Morgan will get the throw.
Worry yourself, he'll be on.
That's Garrison rather. Yep. He will be on.
Johnson, that is. They need his experience. Just in the event that they do get a free kick or something like that.
Oh, that's a lovely delivery inside, but handled well by Cake. Shot from outside the area. And they have been reduced to that, Tivoli Gardens. And it's wide of the mark from Kemar Flemings.
Vice captain of this Tivoli team. Very experienced as well, Flemings. How late are Tivoli going to leave it? Just 16 minutes to go. only really need one goal to extend this further. But at this point, you need all the experience on the park you can get. And well, your favorite number 31 is down again.
Yeah, that ankle is really bothering him, it seems. I wonder if he has to be taken off. Not sure if I'm seeing anyone warming up on the bench.
Again, it's that right ankle.
Yes.
We say many players warming up, none with goalkeeper mitts. Coach Philip Williams having a seat. Would know J.D. White very well. He's coached him for quite a few seasons at the schoolboy level.
A couple of changes are going to be made. Atkinson is off, Purcell is on. Nicolas Murray is also off, and Marlon Maxwell replaces him.
Fresh legs.
Mm-hmm.
Spurchell.
You know, Jaden White was concerned that if his team goes through to the final that he would have missed it because of the international break coming up. He's expected to travel, of course, with the national team.
No surprise the substitution of Dwayne Atkinson hasn't had the best game. At this point, just needing some fresh legs in the middle of the park as well to, I guess, protect what they have, Cavalier, and help in the event of maybe a fast break of their own. Here he is, Purcell.
Purcell plays it inside. Thomas leaves it, and he's offside.
Well, I think a man just driving into the University of the West Indies could have made that call. I don't think he had any energy to turn back at that point.
No.
Just continued as is.
Reed. Barnett trying the flick to Gray. Didn't quite come off on that occasion. King was in the way.
There he was again as well.
Mm-hmm.
Has good legs on him, King. Does drive forward as well.
They've done well so far, Cavalier.
But it is that dangerous scoreline. One goal can change it all for Tivoli. And so once it stays like this, Tivoli will know they're right there. Just one opportunity needed. And they can take this game further. This tie further. Here is the man.
Jermaine Teddy Johnson getting ready to come on the park. Or so. Getting there ahead of Satchel, but too much of a heavy touch. Again, Lang heading it out. Reed trying to place that through the middle. Sends it up wide once more. Back to Satchwell. Pennycook to the edge of the box. A chance here for Tivoli Gardens. They're appealing for a handball. Penalty. Penalty to Tivoli Gardens in the 80th minute. And it's a big chance.
And a change as well.
Yep, Garrison is going to come off for Tivoli Gardens. Jermaine Teddy Johnson will come on. That's one change.
Not sure that he should come on and take the penalty though. Yeah, I've never been a fan of that, Donald. Yeah. I actually think he's sending a signal to one of the junior players to take the kick. And there he is. He's saying, I'm fine with not taking it. Yes, he's a senior player and the regular penalty kicker once he's on certain handball there. What an opportunity for Tivoli Gardens.
It's unfortunate he was slipping. He had no control of that one, but I suppose it had to be given.
Trayvon Reed is coming off as well. I'm glad that he said that. I don't believe he might very well step up and score. I don't believe in bringing on players just to take a penalty kick, and I've seen that not work more times than it has worked. But let's see.
He just gave his blessing to Kemar Flemings, and that's it.
The other senior man. Very senior man as well, Flemings. He's the vice captain of this team. Can he equal things on aggregate?
Well, he has to get past this young man, Jadine White.
Who has saved quite a few as well.
He has. Of course, being reminded about being on the line. Flemings against White. What will happen here? To lead in the second leg, to tie on aggregate, Kemar Flemings against Jadine White. With 8 minutes to go, Fleming steps up, saved by White, and the follow-up is over the top. White comes to the rescue for Cavalier. It's a massive save in this tie. He gets right, and he has come up big time.
He has saved many, and he has saved once again. Not the best penalty by Flemings by any means. Too central with the kick, but as you said, Donald, he guessed right. Jadine White, great instinct as a keeper. He's a big occasion man. Jadine White, well, he was off the line too. That was not seen. He completes the save, and well, I'm not sure what Devroy Gray saw, but that was so far over the bar. He had the whole goal at his mercy.
Oh, here's a big chance the other way, and it's going to be a free kick the other way for Tivoli Gardens in their own penalty area.
There's a foul on Nicholas Clark.
Whoa, what a massive chance that was for Tivoli Gardens.
Well, got away with that one, did Jadine White. Doesn't take anything away from the save, but Devroy Gray, what about the opportunity that he had? He was in the 6-yard box. All he needed to do was tap the ball into the far corner. Jadine White was at his mercy, and he kicked that ball in row Z.
I was wondering if it was actually Devroy Gray inside the box. I thought it was somebody else, but we probably can double check that for you. But wow, that was just an incredible sequence of events there.
You mean if Devroy Gray was the one who kicked the ball
over the bar?
Oh yes, certainly. Yeah. It was definitely him, with his preferred left foot. But yes, it will be good to see the chain of events again. Top save for Jadine White. Part of why he's been the under-17 national keeper, the under-19 national keeper, and now a member of the senior team. Second behind Andre Blake in the national squad. Great save.
saw referee Odette Hamilton looking across to our assistant referee just to make sure if the goalkeeper was on his line. Saw that glance, she got the confirmation. Of course, where she was, she wouldn't have known and would have trusted the assistant referee to make that call.
Well, that's dead and buried.
The penalty wasn't though.
Does seem like he did move a tad early, Jaden White, but that's a really good save. Teddy Johnson is on the park.
Into Simpson. Back to Purcell. Is he offside? He is, according to the assistant referee. There's some words being exchanged. Johnson. His feints most times magical. Needed a better return though. Delivered inside looking for Gray. Not going to reach him. Until the Guns, they've had their chances in this one. They really have. Both teams would have been on fumes if they play, if it had gone on to extra time, but there's still an opportunity, there's still a chance for it to go to extra time, still a chance for Tivoli to go ahead in this second leg. This is Barnett.
That was hopeful, that pass.
Johnson couldn't keep his balance. Free kick to the Gardens. Yellow card is going to be shown to Katil Irving.
Quite a silly booking. Still ends up walking off of the ball, so why get a yellow card?
Delivered inside, headed over the top.
Excellent delivery by Johnson, and again it was Barnett on the end of it, putting himself right in the middle of things. Barnett. I wonder if they left it too late to bring on Barnett. I certainly like his energy as a Tivoli player. Good connection, just couldn't keep it down.
Ming. Throw it to the Guns after all of that. Just confirm that Irving was in the referee's book and then showed the yellow card for time wasting in effect. Satchel can't get by Topi. If the scoreline remains the same, I suspect that any member of the Cavalier defensive line would be up for the man match award. But the leading candidate would be Richard King. And Jamoy Topi. Not sure if he would have done a lot in goal. Jaden White, although he did pull off the
critical moment.
The critical moment, eh?
Yeah. King has been excellent.
Oh yes, he has.
Yeah, Topi hasn't been bad, but I think King has certainly been a standout. As has been Nicholas Clark in the goal for Tivoli. He has been brilliant. He has been brilliant, Nicholas Clark. And considering that he was only brought in because of an injury, a red card, I should say, to Watkins, sorry. He certainly has come up trumps, and had it not been for him, Tivoli probably would have been behind in his leg already.
So just 4 minutes of stoppages to be played as Johnson goes on a run. Still has the possession, Teddy Johnson, and Chanel Thomas in the way there, helping out his brothers in defense. Chanel Thomas.
Hey, Tim, 4 minutes.
Ronico Wellington is coming on the part now for Horatio Morgan. Last Chance Saloon for Tivoli Gardens. Flemings. Bowers. Gets it back, Bowers. Needs to spread it wide.
Doesn't he use the ball?
Is there a handle ball there? Too close. Delivered once more. And it's put, well, not quite in the touch. Tivoli Gardens will recycle the possession. Ball sent inside. Headed away. Still an opportunity here. It's Wellington. Wellington is right of the mark. They're screaming for the corner kick. They get the corner kick.
Or do they?
Or do they?
Goal kick.
No, goal kick given.
Great opportunity again for Tivoli Gardens. A little bit. Yeah, that should have been a corner. Should have been a deflection off Ling. Cavalier need to be careful. A bit of lackluster defending, just standing around. Yes, they are tired, but you need to see out the 3 minutes. This is where experience comes in.
Thomas trying his best to win it and committing the foul. Teddy Johnson. Ling doing enough. There's a bit of an argy-bargy. It doesn't make any sense to get a booking if you're close to a possible spot in the final.
Let it go.
But things getting a little bit heated. The other card's going to be shown to Kemar Flemings.
Get it.
Flemings needs to hold his composure. He's one of the most senior members of this Tivoli team.
And I'm sure he's still upset with himself for missing that penalty as well.
Kemar Flemings.
So emotion's pretty high.
Doesn't need to do anything silly. Still a little bit of time that a difference could be made. They just need that one opportunity. If he wastes the time, they won't get it. As you said, the time is never the same.
Ball played long. There's a whistle that goes in favor of Cavalier.
Hey, Purcell, go there, so we need a long ball. Okay, so Maxwell, drop it in, Josh and Duxley.
That one is banged into touch. And that's the final bit of action for this contest. Cavalier, they're back into the final for the first time in 40 years since Nathan Duncan's boys did it to achieve their first title at the end of the 81 season. Tivoli Gardens distraught, but Cavalier, they will be celebrating even if it's just a short celebration into the night. They make it to the Jamaica Premier League final on Saturday. Tivoli Gardens will have to come again next season. But for now, the celebration is with Rudolph Speed's men. They'll be going into the showpiece event. Jadine White was the savior in the latter part of the second half here, providing the save, or a penalty awarded to Tivoli Gardens at the end of 90 minutes though. Gardens 0, 1-0 on aggregate to Tivoli Gardens. Tivoli, they really were pressing in this one. Gray providing the cross, and it was put behind by Katil Irving. They were really trying their best to get into this contest and to get an early goal. Reed playing that one inside. Morgan did really well there and hit it straight to Jadine White. The clearance had to be made by the Cavalier defense, but that was a wonderful touch inside to get past Topi. And then his shot though was handled in the end by White and his defenders. Cavalier, they weren't sitting back all the time. That was a wonderful delivery, but a really fabulous save by Nicholas Clark. Anderson played out wide now to Atkinson, and again handled by Nicholas Clark. Anderson was right there at the doorstep, and then a chance there. Tivoli Gardens just managing to clear Thomas with the header, hitting the back of a teammate. Not sure if that was going goalwards. Thomas to Simpson. It was played out wide. The delivery inside had to be handled well by Clark, who blocked the shot from Irving. Yep, had to be made. He had a really good match, did Nicholas Clark, the Tivoli custodian. And then Shanil Thomas just utilizing his strength there and trying to toe poke that pass. Nicholas Clark, who pulled off another really good save. Tivoli Gardens were pressing. There was an appeal for a handball, and the penalty was given. Pennycook launched that one, and Topi was trying to make the clearance. And then the save made by Jadine White. The follow-up was put over the top. Was he off the line a little bit? Maybe. And Deborah Gray with the follow-up skied it, but they mobbed White after that. And that was that for this one. Cavalier celebrating their first final appearance in 40 years. Rudolph Speed absolutely elated as they held off the threats of Tivoli Gardens in the second leg. For the most part, Cavalier, they had more shots on target on this occasion, one more than Tivoli Gardens, who launched more attacks. 30 fouls committed in this one, the 3 yellow cards shown though, and you can see there Tivoli had the majority of the possession at 53%, but they just couldn't quite make it count.
I'm with the man of the match, Richard King from Cavalier. Richard, congratulations.
Thank you.
How do you feel about your performance?
Well, there's no words to explain. First season, final, it's a wonderful feeling. No words to explain, I swear.
For a young player like you to finally make it to the Premier League final, excellent achievement.
Yeah, wonderful achievement.
Talk to me about the back line. What is it like to play around there with the likes of Ling, Ming and company?
It's an honor to play with those guys. Solid, always communicating, working hard every second of the game, every second. So it's a joy.
A final to come. What are you looking forward to most?
Well, we talk on the day.
All right, all the best. Congrats on the performance.
Yeah, thank you.
0-0 on the day, but Cavalier advance with a 1-goal advantage. I'm now joined by Philip Williams, coach of Tivoli Gardens. Philip, unfortunate for you, a wonderful season for yourself and Tivoli Gardens, though.
Definitely, the guys really put together a good season and also a good 90 minutes just now. Unfortunately, we were able to convert the chance that we get from the spot. But I mean, hats off to the boys. I think they did well. Not many look or had us to reach as far, and I mean, we really did well.
A lot more opportunities in the second half. As you said, just unable to get the ball in the back of the net. Got into the 18-yard box a lot more times. But as you said, that clinical nature, unfortunately for a second game in a row, that was with you.
As you said, second is from all season we have been having problems. Unfortunately today we weren't clinical at all and we weren't able to put away any of the chances that we got. But hats off to the Cavalier team. I think they defend well for 90 minutes. That says a lot about them as a team.
That change right before the penalty. What was the conversation you would have had with senior player Jermaine Johnson and the penalty kick?
The instruction was for him to go and kick the penalty, definitely. But I mean, he made a call on his own, and we didn't benefit from that call. But I mean, Vice Captain Gale was over the ball, and he has all right to claim that penalty. Unfortunate for him today, he did not put it away.
A good season nonetheless. All the best to you, Philip, for next season.
Man, thanks much.
All right, Philip Williams, coach of Tivoli Gardens. I'll now be joined by Rudolph Speed, head coach of Cavalier. Rudolph, how does it feel to finally carry a young unit like this to the final of the Premier League?
No, it's a good feeling, but it was always for the youths. We wanted them to achieve this because, you know, our thing is development. So apparently now we're qualified to play in the CONCACAF, you know, or the CFU tournament, and that is further their development. So we're elated.
Excellent stuff. Another clean sheet as well. What does it mean to have that kind of youthful defense line and for them to play with that level of maturity?
Well, a lot of people underestimate us. They talk about us attacking, but we have the second best defense in the league. So, you know, our focus today was, you know, if we can't score a goal, just deny them. And as for the penalty, it wasn't really luck. We were practicing, you know, like 2 months for that. We know it could come decide something in a game, so we were ready for that too. So it's just a matter of us being prepared all the time for whatever eventuality. All right.
You've been called the Mandrake, as we said earlier when we spoke to Coach Layla. Tell me about that 36-minute change in the first half to bring on Chanel Thomas. Why at that point, and what was your thinking?
Well, you know, initially we thought that the Tivoli backline was a slow, so we were trying to exploit it with 3 or 4 fastest players. So we put on the AAA to start the game, but one of the players was keep on turning over the ball, passing the ball back way. So at that time, Chanel is our premier striker, so we decided that, you know, let us go for it, and we did that.
Okay, your thoughts on Waterhouse? That's who you will meet in the final.
We love to play Waterhouse.
All the best to you, Rudolph.
Thank you.
See you in a few days.
You're welcome. Bye.
You know, there's a thing called famous last words. I'm not sure if that'll be one of them, but it's going to be interesting, that final on Saturday. So, you see, Cavalier will be meeting Tivoli Gardens in the final. And based on those results, there are close encounters in both the first and second legs of the semi-finals. So, all eyes on Saturday. We have the third place playoff to look forward to first. Tivoli Gardens against Mount Pleasant at 11:30 in the morning, 12:30 p.m. ECT. And then, of course, the big one, the very big one. It's a final of the Jamaica Premier League on CVM television and on Sportsmax 2. 2:30 p.m., 3:30 p.m. ECT. It's been a lovely day here at the UEJFF Captain Horace Centre of Excellence. Thank you for joining us for coverage here on behalf of the hard-working production team and Chris Taylor, my color analyst. My name is Donald Oliver. It's back to studio, and see you on Saturday.